Greetings and thanks for tuning in. We're having a discussion on leadership effectiveness, and we're looking at it through the eyes of the Trilateral Leadership Ledger as presented by Chris Brady and Orrin Woodward. Proper values based on absolute truth is the next quality that we're going to talk about when it comes to character. Leaders are guided by their values, and effective leaders have a value system that guides them in a positive direction. A leader's value system serves as their moral compass. Now, there are those that will argue that values are relative, and they'll ask the question, whose values? I would argue that there is a universal set of values that transcend religious, political, and personal ideologies. History is full of examples where things have imploded because of a lack of a value system. Let me give you a story. As a faculty member at a regional university, I have on multiple occasions presented at local, state, regional, national, and international conferences. That's just part of what we do. I had the privilege of presenting at an international conference in the People's Republic of China, and I presented at this conference on several occasions. At one of the conferences, I presented a paper on Howard Gardner's The Ethical Mind, taken from his book, 5 Minds for the Future. I make no claim to be any kind of expert on ethics or brain function or psychology. Since early in my career, I have been a follower of Howard Gardner, who is best known for his theory of multiple intelligences. I ran across his work on the 5 Minds and was intrigued from a leadership perspective. So I presented my paper, and it went well. And I was feeling pretty good about the presentation until my friend and colleague, who is Chinese and was in charge of securing the international scholars for this conference, came up to me and shared that one of the conference attendees wanted to meet with me in private to discuss my paper. He was a dean at one of the universities in China, and his field of study was ethics. Oh my goodness. Wow. Now I am feeling like I am in way over my head and feeling very intimidated. So I took the meeting. It would have been rude not to. And what I thought was going to be a 10 to 15 minute exchange ended up being an hour conversation and more. For some reason, we just clicked. I had the leadership perspective and he had the ethics perspective. I had the Western American democracy and individualism perspective, and he had that Eastern Chinese communism collective perspective. And yet, we agreed that ethics and morals mattered and that there was, in fact, a universal capital T truth that transcended national, political, and ideological perspectives, and that they were not relative. Effective leaders have and follow a moral compass, and that includes a strong set of positive values that are based on an absolute truth. I'll catch you next time.